on KTRS.
Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
This song comes from the book, oddly enough, called Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, written by our next guest, Eric Litwin, who has a #1 New York Times bestselling author. Pete the Cat picture books sold over 1.5 million copies, has been translated into 7 languages, and won 15 state and national awards, including Everything Under the Sun. Eric Litwin, you are back now with your next book. It's called The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House. Welcome to KTRS here in St. Louis via Skype.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you.
We should say that there's going to be a pajama party at the St. Louis County Library Friday night, and you're going to be here, right?
I'm going to be here, and it's going to be a performance. We're going to play music. I'm going to perform the stories. The children and adults alike will get to move and dance. It's going to be big fun.
Big fun, big bucks, no whammies, free and open to the public, but I'm sure a book or two will be involved. Tell us, Eric, what a genius idea to incorporate a children's book with children's song. Did you fall upon that by accident, or was that your plan?
That was my plan. I was a teacher during the day playing music in the evenings at night, and I realized that the music, especially interactive music, helped my children learn. So I used music and movement to reach and teach my students.
And let me tell you something. I have been singing this song in my head all morning. I love my white shoes. So, Pete, what comes first, the music or the book?
You know, it's really a circle. I have a number of qualities I want my books to have, and the point of entry could be any of those. It might be the story. It might be the song. It might even be a movement. But once I have something I love, I build around that.
You have more hits on YouTube, seriously, than like Beyonce, Katy Perry. More than 7 million hits, your videos on YouTube. So,
yeah.
Who likes your music more, kids or adults? Because I'm digging it.
Well, you know what? I write for 2 audiences at the same time. That's what's so fun about it. You know, when in the book Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, when he steps in a pile of strawberries, the children think it's hysterical because a cat's stepping in strawberries. The grown-ups think it's hysterical for other reasons. And I love puns. I love double entendres. I'm really writing for everyone who's going to be there when the books are being read.
We should say, Eric, that the book The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House, Eric Litwin is our guest. When you buy the book, you get to download the songs for free, right?
Yeah, that's right. This book has a number of songs that come with it. There's the story song, and there's the music. There's the main song, like I love for the Nuts Bedtime at the Nut House. The main song is "We're nuts, we're nuts, we're nuts, we're nuts," and then Mama's part is "So big, Mama nut, in a Mama boy said." All
I was praying it was not going to cut out there.
I know.
Now, you can do some moves that go with it. This book bridges the gap between early literacy and disco music.
See, that's why I love it so much.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
Well, that's for each person to decide for themselves. But Mama, she kind of points and does a John Travolta disco move. She goes, "All little nuts need to go up to bed." So the book incorporates music and movement. And then at the end of the book, there's a lullaby. So you can sing the lullaby at the end of the story if you're using it to put your children to bed.
Do you write for a certain age of kids, and is there a certain age they sort of age out?
Well, yes and no. I'm very interested in beginning readers. So 3 to 7 is my target audience. At the same time, middle schoolers love my books, and so do high schoolers, and so do the parents. So I have all audiences in mind when I write, but I'm really focused on that beginning reader.
And it's so important because literacy, you can't get kids, they're playing the video games, they're watching the television. Get them early to get them to enjoy the love of reading.
And how are we going to do that? What my thought is, let's use music. Let's movement, call and response. Let's get the children involved in the books, and then they're going to love reading even more.
The book, Pete the Cat books, sold over 1.5 million copies. Your new book is out, The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House. Eric Litwin is going to be here in St. Louis County Library for not necessarily a book signing and a book reading, but a pajama party.
A performance.
A performance, if you will. This Friday, doors open at 6. Wear your pajamas for a special evening of music, dancing, and storytelling. Eric, when you went to the publishers with this idea that you wanted to download stories and sort of make a picture book along with a music book, what did the publishers tell you?
Well, it was an interesting story. I am the author of the first 4 Pete the Cat picture books. There are now 18 Pete the Cat books. I wrote the first 4 and then moved on to this new series, The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House. We originally, myself and the artist James Dean, self-published Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. We did very well, and then we got picked up by HarperCollins. So the concept was already solidified when they picked it up.
Now, did you do it on your own because nobody else wanted it?
Not really. We did it on our own because we were very experienced independent artists.
Right.
I was doing 200 to 300 shows a year in schools and libraries. James was doing art festivals and showing his work at galleries. We were both very used to kind of being independent, creating products and selling them. We wanted a publisher, but we weren't going to wait for a publisher.
So the people who took over Pete the Cat series, are they also doing music with it or not?
No. My books, the first 4 Pete the Cat books, I Love My White Shoes, Rockin' in My School Shoes, Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons, and Pete the Cat Saves Christmas, have singing. And that is a pretty unique characteristic of those books, as well as my new books that are on the way, and especially The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House.
All right. So you're going to be in town Friday night for a pajama party.
Yes.
Bring your pajamas. Parents and kids, I'm assuming. You can't just drop the kids off, right? The parents have to be there as well?
It's a family concert. Everyone will sit together. The humor is for adults and children. We're going to all have a good time. So come one and all. And there'll also be a book signing afterwards for those who wish.
All right, good. So doors open at 6 o'clock. It's the St. Louis County Library right there on Lindbergh, across the street from Brio and right across the street from Plaza Frontenac. The book is called The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House. Bookstores everywhere, Eric, as well as online bookstores as well?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, and then, of course, YouTube and everything else. From the author of Pete the Cat, the #1 best-selling author, New York Times best-selling author. From Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, comes The Nuts, Bedtime at the Nut House. Eric Litwin joins us via Skype, and he'll be in St. Louis for a pajama party at the St. Louis County Library Friday night. Eric, thanks for coming in. Best of luck, and we'll see you Friday night.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You got it.